Welcome to our midweek chat. I'm taking the mantle here from Dave. Dave and Christine are heading back to Manitoba this week, and our prayers and blessings for safe travel are with them. They'll be returning the beginning of August, and so in the meantime, we'll be covering this midweek chat. Maybe we'll bring in some different guests as well. And the preaching schedule is going to be covered by myself, Wayne Stretch, and Ron Corcoran, and a couple other special guests that maybe we'll throw in the mix there before August to keep you guessing. But we're looking forward to a good lineup and continuing the progression through the lectionary, I think, for the most part, to keep us on track. This is my first sort of midweek chat here, so I don't really know the program or the method that Dave's been using, but I just wanted to mention a couple of things. I hope you had a really good Mother's Day on Sunday. The weather was beautiful, and our family went out to Weirs Beach and just had a wonderful afternoon in the sun. Boys went in the water a little bit. And it was a great day. We hope that you also were able to get out and experience the beauties of our island and our location here. On our service on Sunday, we had the Mother's Day slideshow and celebrated all the women in our church. And I just wanted to mention that that song of blessing that was the background for the slideshow is actually a wonderful compilation of artists in the UK that put out the song to bless their healthcare workers, and was from all different worship leaders in the UK, and you can find that on Facebook or YouTube if you just search out UK Blessing, and it's quite a moving piece, and we had to shorten it a little bit to fit it into our time frame on Sunday, but I think the whole thing is about 7 minutes, so check that out if you're able to. Well, this week we're kind of turning from Camelot to chaos to now the world, and we saw on Sunday, heard on Sunday, how this initial persecution of Stephen now leads to this real dispersion of the church, a shattering in many ways of believers, and sending this group, pretty solid group of Christians, out to many different places. And so we're following that move this week, and really jumping a little farther ahead than maybe we thought we might, to Acts 17, where Paul ends up in Athens and then addresses the Athenians. And it's interesting to sort of see his attempts at making connection with the different people there. And we're going to look at that on Sunday, and I think it's going to be a really interesting passage. It's a fascinating passage, actually, when you think about all of the different worlds that were colliding at that time, and the real uniqueness of Paul that put him in that place for that time, but also how uniquely gifted he was to be that person for that time. And I think it's really interesting to think about how who else could have taken on that ministry in that same way that Paul did. We want to encourage you today, and we know that we're heading into different mode of anticipating some reduced restrictions on isolation, and certainly businesses looking to put into place plans to open up. And I know for many of you, you're looking forward to that, and it's sort of a sign that we're going to be moving forward. But some of you are also feeling a bit anxious about how things are going to go, and your safety and your loved one's safety. And so we want to let you know that we are thinking about that carefully and talking and planning about that in terms of the church and opening things up or not. And we'll be letting you know in coming days here sort of our plans and ideas for how we want to proceed. We want to obviously get together as soon as possible, but we want to do so safely and in a way that makes sense. I just want to close off. I don't know if you caught on Sunday Sylvia's call to worship from Psalm 31. It was a part of the lectionary readings, and it just really seemed timely for these words. I'm reading from the Message here at the end of Psalm 31. His love is the wonder of the world. Trapped by a siege, I panicked. Out of sight, out of mind, I said. But you heard me say it. You heard and listened. Love God, all you saints. God takes care of all those who stay close to him. But he pays back in full those arrogant enough to go it alone. Be brave. Be strong. Don't give up. Expect God to get here soon. Blessings on you and your week. We look